Hey guys, it's Hannah Kossoff, and today I'm going to be making a little video about whether you should study abroad in high school or not. So this is a really big choice, so I feel like having a video where you list all of the positives and negatives about the experience and the pros and the cons, I feel like that's really important for all high schoolers to look at and to understand before they go study abroad, because I know that on the internet a lot of the times people always talk about the good things, oh so perfect, so amazing, and a lot of the challenges aren't really discussed. I'm also going to be talking about whether you should study abroad in high school versus college, and yeah, let's go. Okay, this one's going to be super basic, like basic pros, because these are so obvious. One of the pros is being able, like, learning a language and new culture. Like, literally, this is just like one of the most important parts of studying abroad, for real. When you're able to learn a new language, that's a tool that you could use for life. You're never going to forget that you did that. It's a really big accomplishment. It helps you advance in jobs and careers. It's a really great quality that employers look for. It could only do you good. Learning another culture is just one of those other things. It changes you as a person. It makes you more globally aware, and it has a really big impact on your perspective of the world. And it's so cool being able to take your family back to that country, like taking your family back to Japan and showing them, oh, I know this, I could speak in Japanese and show them all this, I could order this. Like, it's just such an accomplishment. It's really, and it's good for you too, because if there's a country that you've always admired the culture, it's definitely just such a reward to go learn that language and culture. One of the cons. Here's a con about studying abroad in high school. If you're studying abroad in high school, you're probably not going to be staying in an American school or an American facility. Most high schools don't really have that option. It's really difficult going to a country and feeling that you're really smart at your old school and then going to a brand new place and feeling, oh my god, I'm literally the dumb one here. You're not dumb, but you can't understand it, and you have to learn a whole new system. Even the way they take tests in different countries is completely different. Even their grading system or their homework, like, everything is different. So that's probably like a con. It's just such a challenge doing it. A pro, I would say, is feeling more accomplished. I know this is gonna sound very superficial, but literally studying abroad is like the thing that I'm most proud of. Like, I know that sounds weird because, oh, it's just you having vacation in another country for 7 months, but literally no, it was like so much more than that. And I could vouch that a lot of exchange students also feel the same way. You feel so much more proud of yourself. It's just like something that you are going to have as a memory forever. It's gonna be like one of those main character moments of your life. You're gonna be doing so many new things when you study abroad. You're gonna have that experience that almost everyone your age doesn't have. You're gonna do way more things than people of your age done. For instance, you have a bunch of friends from a whole nother country now. You learned how to ski because you lived in the French Alps on a ski team. That was something I did. It was super fun. You speak like 3 languages now. It's really, and you've been through something that's such a challenge, and you did a great job. The feeling of accomplishment is definitely a really big one. Having all those pictures and all those memories and just that, achieving that, it's really something that actually builds your confidence, and it builds your character. I think it usually gives people a higher self-esteem after they study abroad in high school. A con about studying abroad in high school is feeling FOMO, feeling like you're being, like, fear of missing out, homesickness. This is really difficult, like, I can't even deny. At the beginning I was like fine, like just the first 2 months I didn't really miss home, but then later, started missing home so bad, especially if you don't really have that many friends, or if you are, there for the holidays and stuff. It's really, you start missing everything. everything in your home country for this, when you're there, looks so much better than what you're going through in another country. So for instance, you'll be looking at Instagram and like, oh, I wish I could have went to prom, I wish I could have seen this, I wish I could have drove there. And also you miss your family a lot too. But literally these emotions are so normal. They're so normal. Even though they suck, it really sucks. Every exchange student has to go through homesickness and FOMO. And it's definitely something that you just need to expect, As I said before, you really do develop, like, as a person. It really changes your character. Studying abroad in high school and going through that experience is just so much more life-changing and transformative than those 7 months you did in high school or back in your state in the United States. And it makes you more aware of yourself. It makes you more understanding of international students. And I think it makes most people more globally aware, more understanding of different viewpoints. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with this one. Like, for real, there's some host families that kind of suck. There's host families that literally, why are you host family? Like, why are you doing this, Like, I didn't have any, thank God, but I've heard these horrible stories about people's other host families. That's always something that you have to really be careful about. Here's the good way you could solve this. The first way is meeting them before or talking to them before you get to stay with them. Okay, and another way that you could just avoid this, I know it's gonna sound really hard, this is hard, it's just literally leaving. Just leave. Like, call your organization and be like, yo, I don't want to do this anymore. Let me out, and they will find you another host family. It's super common. I know a lot of people feel like embarrassed doing that because they feel like, oh, I'm a failure. I messed it up and oh my gosh, like, I wasn't able to do it. No, you were able to do it. It's just not working out for you. Anyone, if it's not good for your mental health, if they're being like not the best, literally leave. Nobody cares. It's a really hard chance that you get 2 bad host families in a row. But yeah, that's just something that you might have to that you might have to do some research on. That's always like a fear that some people have. Another reason why you should study abroad. It's something that you could put on your resume. It's really great for college applications, it's good for interviews. A lot of the times, especially if you're majoring in communications or international politics, like, studying abroad is really something that's going to make you stand out. Because a lot of the times employers want to look for someone who understands the world internationally, who has experience with another culture and can speak a whole nother language. It could only do good. Honestly, like, nobody talks about this because everyone is embarrassed to say it, but making friends in a whole nother country, in a whole nother language is hard. It's literally hard. At the beginning, when you first arrive there, everyone's like, wow, so cool, she's a new foreigner, American. But then later on, people start getting like a little bit, like, this is gonna sound mean, but they start getting a little bit bored of you because it's hard to talk to someone who has another accent, who has an accent. It's hard to understand. Can't really add much to the conversation. It's really difficult to really have that same sort of friend group and support system that you've had in the United States. This is gonna sound cheesy, but it transforms your character in a way. It makes you more ambitious when it comes to meeting people. You begin to learn how to introduce yourself, how to say, how to meet new people, how to have a fun time with limited conversation. It makes you more fearless when it comes to like meeting new people from around the world. Another thing that it taught me is how to be more confident by myself, like how to be more independent, how to enjoy my own company more. It really taught me those skills, I'm gonna talk about why you should study abroad in high school and why it's actually kind of better for you than studying abroad in college. I think it's definitely super different than studying abroad in high school. And I feel like a lot of people that study abroad in college are gonna get angry at me when I say this, and they'll be like, oh my god, in the comments, this is studying abroad in college is better than doing it in high school. But I'm a firm believer that studying abroad in high school is just better. So here's reason one. When you study abroad in high school, you're doing it in such an immersive way. You're literally like a kid, like 16, 17, and you live with a whole like another family, and you have no choice but to like immerse yourself into that culture. You'll have to go to a public school. You'll have to eat what the family and, you know, your friends eat. You have so much more access to movie recommendations and friend making. You're forced to be immersed into the culture. For some people, this could be a con, but I personally think it's a pro. For college, I know that there's options to stay with a homestay or, you know, meet locals from other countries or eat their food. Like for college, of course, you know, I'm sure that there's all those options, like I said before, and I'm sure there's a lot of people who really did get a very great, you know, immersive experience. But I really think that a lot of the times college students, they don't stay with host families and they don't immerse themselves as much. And here's why. Living in a new country is so hard, especially by yourself. So if you're given the choice to live in a dorm with your friends from university and talk to Americans and hang out with them and take your classes in English, I think that it's really hard, because if you're given the choice between doing something hard, you know, like going into the public education system there and staying with living a new life with people that aren't like you, or doing something easy like staying with your American friends and, you know, hanging out in your apartment, you're gonna naturally want to do the easy thing. You're gonna want to do the less difficult option because it's challenging, it's hard. Like, it's hard to study, it is hard to study abroad. I think that you get more of a bang for your buck if you study abroad in high school. Immersion wise and culturally wise. I think for college, it's definitely a lot more fun to study abroad in college, I'm sure, because you're going to be hanging around with all these international students who might speak English, and you guys stay in a really big city. You know, and I feel like it's a lot more fun to do it in college, but I feel like it's less of a challenge to do it in college. Anyway, so that's just like my opinion, just like my thoughts on that. Studying abroad in high school is one of the most life-changing things I've ever done, but I feel like a lot of times people confuse that with being, you know, the most glamorous, fun thing in the world, because it's not a vacation. It comes with its challenges, and a lot of people, they don't really talk about it. But something that's really weird is that after you study abroad, and after I studied abroad, I feel like most exchange students, they forget about all the bad things, you know? After they do it and they leave that country, they only remember the good parts. And you begin to reminisce on going back and stuff. It's definitely a decision that you won't regret, but at the same time, it's not a thing for everyone. It's not everyone's cup of tea. Anyways, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I really hope that it was helpful. If you guys like have any questions, make sure that you ask in the comments below, or just DM me on Instagram, my Instagram. I'll put the link to my Instagram at the bottom. So also, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. Literally every single subscriber means so much to me. It's so helpful. It's very motivating. Like I know it doesn't look like much, but it is for me. So make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Anyways, I hope you guys like this video, and yeah, see you next time. Bye.